all right, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, welcome to the Socially Unacceptable But Sober podcast. My name is Dino. I am an alcoholic.
I'm Jonathan. I am also alcoholic.
I'm neither of these two.
I probably can't even hear you.
Yeah, or hear yourself.
Boom.
There we go.
You didn't hear the first thing I said?
What's up, guys?
What's up, guys?
I heard it.
How was everybody's Thanksgiving?
It's good.
Yeah, it was awesome, man. I had two joints that day, two men's meetings, two meetings that day.
Oh, you went to the morning one?
Yeah. I was looking for you, and then I realized.
He made about 6 minutes.
No, I didn't.
Of ours.
Of the men's?
Yeah.
No, I didn't. I got there at like 9:47.
Oh, no. I actually have proof. Because he said, here, bitches, or something like that when he got there. I was already on the road.
Yes, loud.
I went out to Vermont to hang out with my boys. And, I don't listen too good. And even when you tell me and I hear it, I don't even care sometimes. And they're like, yeah, we're getting 9 inches of snow. And I'm like, that's fine. I don't care about snow. Snow don't scare me.
Oh.
So we get out. We get past, I want to say, a couple of miles past Deerfield. And it starts coming down. And it's every mile, it's more and more and more and more and
They're
more
in
and
New
more.
Hampshire?
No, Mass.
Oh, they're in
I
Mass?
thought they're in
Yeah,
Vermont.
they are. I'm heading to Vermont. But we have to go through there.
Yeah,
91. 91.
Yeah.
The whole way.
Yeah.
So we finally hit the Vermont line, and it's like we just entered a twilight zone. It's a totally different world, dude. It's like 20 miles an hour. It is coming down, plows. People are sliding off And Maritza, my wife, ladies and gentlemen, is a worst passenger you could ever have on a dry, beautiful, sunny day. She was losing her mind. And it was fine. On the way up, we got there. We took our time. We got there. On the way home, bro, oh, my God. It already snowed about 7.5, 8 inches before we jumped in the car and left. And what the plows were doing is they were only doing the middle of the highway. So they were piling it up on both sides. So you couldn't pass anybody. Even though I wasn't looking to pass people, but dude, it is dark. And she's like, babe, oh my God, freaking out. And I'm like, oh my God. And you know when it's snow is like coming so fast, so hard, it kind of disorients you. Like while you're lucky, you're like trying to open your eyes.
Driving like Star Wars.
Put the high beams on is exactly what it's like.
It was
You're in the
so bad, dude.
Falcon, the Millennium Falcon.
Yeah. It took us a long time. What usually takes 2.5 hours to 3 hours took us 4 and change.
Warp speed. Spock.
20, 25 miles an hour, just one lane. And if people are in front of you, it's like, fuck, man.
Yeah.
Every once in a while, you'd find a dry spot and you'd just pass them a little so you could keep the speed. And then we get out of Vermont and you can start to see it's turning into more rain than snow, but you still got to take it easy because it's still pretty packed on the road. We hit Deerfield and I see it's just rain. I said, I'm pulling over. I'm taking a piss. I'm grabbing a Red Bull and buckle up because I have the key to the building on Pearl. And we were having it.
You got to go fucking.
Yeah. I was like, and buckle up. She's like, I'm just going to try to fall asleep. She's like, don't speed. I'm like, okay.
You got
it. We made it. I made it there 10 after 7. Usually I'm there by 6:30 with the coffee on and everything. But I made it. But it was wild.
I forgot that. I texted you.
It was good hanging with the boys. It was good hanging with the boys. So that was my Thanksgiving.
That's awesome. Mine was graced by the presence of Matt, as new tradition has it, the official turkey cutter.
Oh, yeah?
Oh, yeah.
2 years running.
That's what
2
you
years
do.
running.
That's what you do.
Yeah, my mom got all...
Oh, yeah, I finally got to meet Patty.
You've never met her?
Never.
Huh.
I don't think he was at Ashley's birthday party when she came up that one time.
Oh.
I think it was probably working.
I met her a couple times. It was like a picnic, and then was it Ashley's birthday party?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that was her birthday party she was up here for. Maybe mine. I don't remember. But, so we had, and then Timmy was over there, and it was the first time, like I shared, it was the first time in probably, like, I don't know what the actual timeline is, but it's got to be anywhere from 15 to 20 years. The first time that the four of us, me, my sister, my father, and my mother were all together for Thanksgiving. And everybody walked out with no resentments and some good food.
No cuts?
No cuts.
He's still alive.
Everybody's still alive.
Nice.
Donnie's still got the oxygen cranking.
Nice.
Yeah. Yeah.
I was gonna bust his ass upstairs, but like, yo, did they cut you off your oxygen yet?
He beat you to it.
Oh man. So that's that, guys. Don't forget to like, subscribe, share, comment, sobriety dates, all that stuff. If you need help, we got guys. We can get you help. We've actually proved it this weekend.
Oh, yes, we did.
Yeah. We were killing it. We were on fire this weekend, man.
Yeah.
As every hour was like, hey, can you get somebody in detox? Hey, can you get somebody here? And I'm like, yeah. But the thing of it is, they're all ready and ready to go until you're like, yep, here's the number. Call there. Oh, I'll do it in the morning.
I got some other shit.
I got to wrap up some things, like the bundle.
And the bottle I got.
Bun. I got the bun, son.
But yeah, if you need help, we got guys, man. That's for sure. Tonight's episode is going to be, I think we're live today too.
Yeah, we're
We're
live.
actually trying the
First
live
time
thing.
ever.
First time ever. We're going to listen
might
to a
screw it
video.
up.
It's all right. We have a video we're going to listen to, and we're going to chew the fat on that. We're also going to do some comments. I think
That's his new thing now. You know that?
Chew the fat.
Chew the fat.
chew
We're
the
gonna
fat.
chew the fat
I've been
on
saying
live
that for a
things.
while. I don't know where I got it, but I heard it. I heard it from somebody else. I said, I like it. It's mine now.
Chew the fat.
So we're going to chew the fat on that.
Chew the fat on that.
You and your girl.
Who's reading the comments? You,
kick
John?
the tires.
We got a few comments. We didn't get a lot of comments, but we got a few comments from our regulars.
You know what I mean?
Also, what?
I said you could kick the tires on that.
Yeah,
The tires on chew the fat.
You don't know. You don't know where I'm going with that, do you? No.
I'm lost in
I'll
the
tell you
sauce.
after.
I don't know. I don't know how much this live is working out for us. Nobody's on
We'll
it.
find out.
Yeah. I'll just leave it running, I guess.
Leave it running.
You know, whatever.
Da-da-da-da-da.
Oh, there's 3 people watching. I'm
Hey,
sorry.
3 people.
Well, I
Is
don't,
it me, myself, and I?
I don't know. I can't see who it is. Oh, that's pretty cool. Yeah, hit this. Hit this right. There, right there.
All right.
Who do we got?
Roy Bowers.
No way.
No
Roy.
way.
What a shocker.
I love it, man.
Great
love it.
episode, gentlemen. I was glad to hear Matt's share on the retreat. I've been blessed to be at a handful of them. The spiritual benefit is getting to know people at a whole new level. I know tons of people in recovery, yet a handful of people know me through and through, the way God wants us to be. The work continues. Keep putting myself out there. Continue to be comfortable with uncomfortable. More God, less Roy.
Or God, less
Yes,
Dino.
Roy.
That's right, Roy. Love you, man. We miss you, bro.
Yeah,
I got to see him at Thanksgiving. He
did.
He was at the farm.
yeah. And then I told him, it'd be really nice to see you Wednesday night again.
Yeah.
You told him that?
Yeah.
The man spot.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure he has shit with his wife on Wednesday nights.
I didn't get that memo.
Wives.
I could be lying right now, but I think that's what he said one time a long time ago. Then we got my boy Jay Gentile.
Jay.
Great show, boys. Happy holidays. And Chris is the man. That was
Chris
2
is the
shows
man.
ago, but thanks, buddy.
Yeah, Chris is the man.
Thank you, Jay.
And Chris is the man.
Chris is a man and a half.
And then we got Manny.
Manito.
Great episode, gents. Grateful for your pearls of wisdom. But Jonathan was right.
Oh.
You should have put... Yeah, he doesn't hear that much. So.
Yeah. Ears perk
I
up there.
almost swore. I forgot about that.
No, you could swear. You're
I
good.
can?
Yeah. It's not TikTok, so we're good. You can swear.
Oh, what is that then?
YouTube.
Oh, we could be live on YouTube?
You could swear.
We would be
on
live
YouTube.
and swear.
Okay, well, fuck you, Manny.
Yeah, I put it for age range for adults.
We should have posted early for everyone to watch during the holiday. As if that would fucking happen. Okay, guys, let's not eat turkey dinner and gather around the fucking computer and watch
the
these
subs.
3 idiots fucking swear at the fucking thing.
Manito, thank you, brother.
thank
Appreciate
you,
you,
man.
man. It was a good episode. So what do we got, John? You got a video to listen to?
Yeah, so I shared this.
We haven't heard this thing.
We haven't. No, we haven't.
All right. I'm excited.
Yeah.
I gotta
Let's
wake
chew the fat on that.
from that last sip. I gotta wake.
Chew the fat.
Who that?
So I gotta give a shout out. I keep it confidential, but one of the guys in my men's spa. Look at this thing.
You better do what you did to mine.
Yeah. One of the guys is a faithful follower. He said that he's hooked now. He's hooked on the trials and tribulations of the Subs podcast.
From our group?
No. From Danbury. And he's been watching it, like, every episode, catching up with all the stuff.
Yeah.
So,
Where's all his fucking comments?
Yeah,
I don't know. Maybe he doesn't have access to that. Maybe
Well,
he
how's
doesn't.
he watching it then?
Maybe he doesn't
He's
have
real suspect. That's what I'm
fingers
saying.
to type with. All right, here you
He's
go.
real suspect.
There you go.
He's not chewing the
Put
fat.
the volume all the way up on that.
Dude, I'm trying, man. I'm trying. trying. So I shared this video with another person because I felt like it was applicable, and I'm interested to get your guys' feedback on it.
I can't wait.
Okay.
I can't hear it.
Okay. Let me just restart that
Can't
again.
hear it.
I can't put it up any louder.
You sure can.
We're poorly
Not with that attitude.
Can't lives on won't lane,
Quite
buddy.
frankly, the desire to convince people of me, like to convince people to be my friends, to be around me, to love me, to care for me. Why? Because at the end of the day, if I have to convince you to do the things that are simple, then I'm always going to have to do that. My whole life is going to be based around me begging you to choose me, to pick me, to be around me. And at the end of the day, why would you want to? Why would you want people around you that you have to convince of your worth or your value? Like, why would you want people that don't intrinsically love you, that you have to do something for them to say, you know what, I care for you? Or they'll easily walk away in the moment something's uncomfortable.
That's right.
The truth is that you're winning. If you have to lose people, if people have to leave you because you're not begging them, and I want to be clear, it doesn't mean that you don't do the simple things or the basic things that are expected in a healthy relationship. Like, you care and you give effort. But if you do those things and nothing changes and nothing progresses, then you have to realize that you are winning here. You're saving yourself from so much pain, because if these people leave you, these are people that you would have to beg otherwise to stay.
That is 100%, man. I love it. That was a good one.
You like that?
I do.
I found it applicable because so much of my early years of the isms and the behaviors were surrounded, were fueled by I had to have something to feel like I deserved to be in the presence, to hang out, to chill, to whatever. That's why I was always running around with that backpack on full of goodies, because I was never good enough. I was never good enough. I had to have stuff that you wanted, booze, drugs,
Presents.
whatever, presents, yeah. And I noticed that in relationships too. You know, when I date women, they'd inevitably
Dated.
they'd see took hostage. They'd see the travesty, but not immediately.
Right.
Put on that good front for a while.
You put on the good front long enough for them to get, for lack of a better term, hooked
Get the
on
hook
Jonathan.
in
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Gotcha.
And then they'd start to leave, and I would do whatever it took.
Right.
Whatever it took. And when I watched this video, the first thing that came to my mind was the most recent, like, acts of service that you guys have done for me. You know, like when I was in the DR and you helped Pusher T out over there, push the snow out of his driveway. We got all different names for Papa Tonto.
Pusher T.
Yeah. And then
I thought I was gonna die that night.
yeah, and he's out there watching
I
you.
shoveled the whole fucking driveway for him,
Jesus, man.
Yeah.
and that shit was heavy that night.
Where was I?
You were in Southington, motherfucker.
Ghost. Oh, I was trying to start my snowblower that broke. That wasn't working.
Yeah.
Yeah. That was a
Oh
lot of
yeah,
fun.
you were mad about that.
I was mad about it, but it's what it's fixed now.
Yeah. Perfect. When we won't get any snow this year either.
No, we're getting
They're
snow.
already talking about it. What do you?
We got
do?
snow
We're
on the
gonna
way
get it
here.
today. We're gonna get it tomorrow.
Really?
It was snowing. It's snowing right now, bro.
No.
Okay.
Well, it wasn't when I drove here.
When I got here, it was snowing.
Well, that snow stopped.
You didn't see snow when you got here?
What did I just say?
You said it wasn't
Chew
snowing.
the fat on that. No
Chew the fat on
fucking
that.
snow.
Put the fat on the snow.
Kick the tire on that bad boy.
Yeah. See if there's snow there.
But yeah, dude, I get you, brother. Go ahead, continue, John.
Yeah. So I really like that. That my life. I'm really blessed to have a life that's surrounded by that. Like, I don't have to prove my worth. The only thing that I have to do on a daily basis is treat my untreated alcoholism. That's it.
That's it.
And that requires very little effort because it's ingrained in my routine now, right? Like praying in the morning, talking to another recovering alcoholic, reading a piece of literature, doing acts of service. It's all built into my day now. So it's not like I got to go out of my way.
Right.
And that was built in my day by following what you guys did, by showing, by you guys living your sober life. And then I just follow suit. It's pretty simple. It's not easy, but it's simple.
Right. So it gets easier though.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
like I said,
what they say about practice, right? Practice. It doesn't make perfect, but it definitely makes better.
Makes it better.
You know what I mean?
When you said that a long time ago. Well, obviously, when you started talking, the first thing I thought was a people pleaser.
Oh yeah.
No matter how
People pleasing.
badass and tough you want to be, at the end of the day, the fear of loneliness is crippling.
Yeah.
And if I can do something to keep you around, then you know what I mean? I'm trying my best to find that way to make people happy. And, ego will have me say, oh, I don't beg no one for nothing. I don't know if that's really true at the end of the day. It's very difficult, and I guess this goes with any character defect or fear.
You just kicked the
Earthquake. I got chew the fat on that.
chew it.
What's he doing?
I don't know. You just
It's almost impossible to be okay wanting to admit that stuff.
Yeah.
Unless you're doing some honest work. Right. Today I have found it's probably the most freeing thing to be able to talk about what ails me, what keeps me stuck,
Right.
what keeps me not motivated, what keeps me from wanting to do that inside work. And it really just, like we talked about, this is not related at all, but it kind of is as far as being where your feet are. Just being where I'm at, knowing I'm okay, and doing what's necessary, And that is a scary proposition sometimes.
Mm-hmm. But it is related, Matt, because in that sense, I was never where my feet are at because I was always scheming on what I needed to do to please the next person, to get the next clout, to get the next whatever, to just chase whatever I was chasing at the time. So, yeah, it's a whole change of pace.
And then you definitely got to talk about the self-esteem issue,
Yeah.
or lack thereof,
Yeah,
because
completely
that's all
right.
that boils down to. Mm-hmm. Forget about my insecurities and my fears. My self-esteem is in the toilet. Mm-hmm. What do they say? I'm a fucking egomaniac with an inferiority complex.
That's actually a Roy line. He always uses that.
I got that from one of my guys up north.
I love that, man, because it's so true.
Yeah.
It really is. Toxic people, man. You know what I mean? I allowed people to be toxic to me because I wanted to be accepted somewhere. I needed a home. Growing up, so when I was 12, we moved to a different town.
Yeah.
We came back from Europe.
Okay.
And we moved to a different town, and without any notice, we were kind of unimportant to tell, and we were only kids. Even though I think that was a big one. You're not gonna see any of your friends anymore. You're going to a totally different school, and at the time, we were kind of different from the town we were moving to.
Hey, buddy.
You
still are.
Well, yeah. No matter what town I go to, I'm different. But back then, that town was more of a country-ish, woodsy type of people, and we were inner city, and we were all hip hop and breakdancing and Run DMC and shell toe Adidas, and they were completely the opposite of that. So it was tough making friends, and the stuff that we would put up with to just try to be accepted. It was just like things I would be like, damn, I don't really want to be doing this, but I'm gonna anyway because I need friends. You know what I mean?
Is that what you told that story? How you were your first time smoking weed, you were held down?
Yeah, I was held down. I was bullied by these only two dudes, man. But then at the end of the day, it was just like always just smoking pot into what. Like I always wanted to jump on my bike and go down to Waterbury, but nobody else wanted to do that. Yeah. So instead of me just going, I'd be like, okay, well, I'll just sit in the woods and
You know what I don't think I ever
Smoke
told
hot.
you? I don't even think I told you the night that you shared that story. Is that happened to me at 15.
somebody bullying.
No, I got moved to Woolkit.
Oh, no kidding.
Oh, you moved
I don't
to
know how
Wolcott,
that
too?
never... Yeah, my mother still lives out there.
What?
In the same house.
Oh, that house?
I don't know how that fucking never came out of my mouth when you told that story, but it literally just now hit me. And luckily for me, I had a dirt bike.
Oh,
So
yeah.
I used to take the back road.
And you were kind of pretty close to Waterbury, too. You were closer to Waterbury. It wasn't too far from Waterbury.
Kinda.
I'm on a dirt bike, yeah.
I was out near the Carabetas.
We were
Hitchcock
out,
Lake.
We were out near, right near the patio. Where Bristol,
Oh, the fucking strip club.
Yeah, the Rockstar. We were pretty close to that.
So yeah, you're almost
Yeah, we were
at
out
Bristol.
there. Yeah,
That's a hell of a bike ride.
that's about.
Well, I had a dirt bike though.
Yeah, you had.
So I used
the
to hit
bike,
the back road
Gang.
through by the golf course,
Yeah, yeah.
Farmberry.
Yeah.
Cup, all the way through fucking center of Woolkit, come up near fucking Wilby.
Yeah.
So
But here's the other thing about that, right? When I would go, now I'm smoking pot and in the scene now, and I'd go.
that's the man.
I would go into
Yeah.
Waterbury, and then I would get stuff in Waterbury
Yeah.
because like, shit,
Big dog.
And then I would come back to Woolkit, and I'd be like, "Look what I got,
Dino's
everybody!"
our hero.
And the same
Yay,
thing.
Dino.
I'm the presents guy now.
Yeah.
So now every day, dude,
I got
Got
presents.
friends.
I'll be back, guys,
Yeah.
and I'm hoofing to same way back. Like I got it, guys. Everybody like me and
Pull
be
the
my
card
friends.
out of the spokes.
And it's the same thing. When shit would hit the fan, nobody was behind me.
Never.
Nobody. I'm like always was sitting alone, taking blames for like I would hold stuff for people and get caught with it.
Yeah, take the hit.
And take the hit. And I'd be like, I don't know, man. And I'd be like, that's the way you gotta be, and that's the way you gotta be, and you're not a rat. And
Bro, I caught my first picture of Woolkit same way. We're in this construction site. It's right up the street from my house. There's a handful of us. And one of these idiots starts damaging the equipment. So monkey see, monkey do.
Yeah.
I go break a light like a hoodlum.
yeah. And you didn't even want to.
I didn't. I'm just fucking fitting in.
Do what you need to.
Well, the guy across the street watched us.
Yeah.
Except guess what? He knew all the other kids from Woolkit. He didn't know me.
But they do now.
And guess what? When the cops came,
Matt.
he did it.
Yeah.
And you know what? I knew enough. I took the hit. I kept my mouth shut. I went down with the ship. And nobody... And the kid that did most of the damage was like, just keep your mouth shut. I'll pay half and we keep it moving. He never gave me a nickel.
And did you stay friends with him?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You
of
know what I
course.
mean? It's like, fuck, man.
Yeah.
But I held the
Got me
resentment.
again.
But then this is the guy's honest truth. Fast forward many, many years later, I can't get an apartment because my credit check is horrible, right? This guy grew up, became somebody, owned places. And I called up looking for the apartment. And when I show up to rent it, he said, I knew it was you on the fucking phone.
Oh.
He remembered. He knew my voice over the phone.
So he hooked you up?
He gave me the place. No questions asked.
Resentment gone.
Yeah.
Where's a wash?
So he made it, and that's exactly. I said, man, I fucking hated you, bro.
Yeah.
But he made it right.
Yeah, that's cool,
That
man.
was real cool.
But yeah, like in sobriety, in this sobriety, I can't even say this about any other
I gotta say something.
Yeah.
because I have a point.
I don't give a fuck.
I have a
I
point.
hate that you say that.
But I have a point.
I
The
don't
reason
care.
why I'm
Yeah,
saying
it makes
I don't
it
care.
sound like there's another one.
every time I've been here, right?
You ain't never been here before.
Never.
I understand what you're saying, but you gotta listen to the rest of this.
No.
No, just cut them
So
off.
the
I'm not
time,
chewing that fat.
listen,
Mute 'em.
yo, kick the tire on
Mute
this.
it.
I'm gonna kick you.
Mute 'em.
So I would do things I didn't want to do. So here we are, right? And I come back to this part of Connecticut, and I'm getting into the same groove with the same type of people. And I kind of started noticing about me, and I'm like, yeah, why do I follow like that? Why do I do that? I started really taking a look at that stuff. Let me tell you, dude, from doing that, because I used to have a circle this big.
Yeah.
Everybody was my friend. Everybody was the best. Everybody's doing. Today, it's a handful. It's you guys, Joe. Handful, man.
Yeah.
I don't roll big, bro. I don't need big.
That's
But
the difference.
Quality
You
over
don't
quantity.
I don't need big, man. what I have is huge.
We thought we needed that.
What I have is huge. But what I had, what I thought was big, was never nobody behind me.
useless.
You know what I mean? It was just like I'm always still by myself, you know? And it was just like, damn, why do I keep doing that? And that's a low self-esteem. You know, I grew up with a mother who, through the way she was brought up, thinking that if I put him down and call him names, it's going to motivate him to want to do better than that. That's the way my mother thought. And that's the way she was. She was the same way. What are you, stupid? Why can't you be like that kid? And she honestly thought that's the way to do it, to motivate a kid. It didn't work. You know what I mean? So
What a shock.
I know. I feel bad that that's how she got it. But, man, you're giving it to me the same way. And my mom really didn't do much with her life either. You know what I mean? Great mom, just amazing woman. But, like, you didn't really do much with your life. And, like, you know, when I started playing guitar, she's like, that's stupid. You know what I mean? That's not going to do anything for you. And I'm sitting here in my head going, well, there's all these other people. I must not be as good as them. Mm-hmm. They must be better than me. So the self-esteem kept getting chopped down and chopped down and chopped down. Then I come to adulthood, and I got to act like a freaking idiot to get some kind of recognition for anything. And it was always negative. It was always negatives. I was finally getting some kind of something from my mom when I was doing something wrong.
It was attention. It just wasn't good.
Dude, if I was doing something good, it wasn't good enough.
Negative attention is attention.
It's attention.
Yeah.
Exactly. And I was like, well, hey, at least she's paying some kind of attention to me. You know what I mean? But yeah, man, go ahead.
I think you got that topic right there. I mean, Matt teased it out, and it's people pleasing, and I think a lot of people listening to this could probably identify with that. You know,
I can't identify.
I know you can't, but I'll tell you what, I was the same way, and even in elementary school, dude, I got put in a class, and we moved around a lot when I was young. And I got put in a class in 4th grade called self-esteem class. I didn't even know what self-esteem
You talked about
was, man. And I'm like, what is this?
That's crazy that in the 4th grade you're getting put in a self-esteem
Right?
class.
Like, what kind of behaviors was I exhibiting that 4th grade? They're like, yeah, this kid's got some problems. You know, might as well just roll him up a doobie at this point. But I always
This will help.
Yeah, I always felt so inferior to everybody else, man, and in turn, that behavior showed in people pleasing, you know. And like you said, you know, I liked what you're talking about. The circle was huge. I needed to be friends with everybody, but I had no real friends. Yeah. Nobody was really a friend of mine, you know, because A, I didn't allow them to get to know me fully. I didn't trust anybody enough to do that. And B, I was always, I never felt like I was equal to you guys. You know, I never felt like I was the same as anybody else. So just, you know, as happenstance, I just kept myself from a distance. But as my disease and as my addiction progressed, that circle got smaller and smaller and smaller because people didn't want to be around me anymore. They're just like, all right, well, he's no good. He's just miserable now, and that's not fun. So
Let me ask you this question.
ask away.
Did you ever notice when it came to the people pleasing, I only tried to please the wrong people. I didn't care about people that loved me, that were good, that genuinely were good to me. Those people got shit on.
Yeah, good point.
I was people pleasing all the cocksuckers out there that would stab me in the back in a second.
Yeah. 100%, man.
Or, you know, that age-old shit when you grow up. Man, my friends, that's my family out there.
Yeah.
They'll take a bullet from me.
Yeah.
Take a bullet. They won't even fucking take a scolding.
A Nerf gun bullet.
Yeah.
None of that.
No, they won't. Yeah.
But we just have these mixed, you always say that shit, mixed fucking whatever, perceptions, conceptions.
Perceptions, conception, and fixed ideas about the world.
Well, but yeah, you can and you can interchange.
Yeah.
Like, you know, one thing I do with my guys that I work with, when it comes to step work, I say, you know, these steps, right? They're made for our life. So if you have a particular situation, narrow down the step and change the words so that it fits your fucking situation.
Right.
You understand?
Right.
So
Because it
true.
can.
So
Every
true.
single one of them.
That's right.
Every single one of them.
And you know what, man? When that happens and you could plug that in, the relief because that's what this is all about. Anybody that ever gets involved with a 12-step program, it's not to say, hey, man, I'm reading these steps. No, it's to learn to live by them.
Lived it by them.
And if I can live that by them, I don't know what.
I live at that by them.
I live by them. It's a very nice living.
Borat made it to the show.
But, you know,
I do understand what you're saying, man.
You know, like we always say, the highs aren't so high, the lows aren't so low.
Yeah.
I'm trying to navigate the middle of this thing, and I'm able to do that with the help of my network, a higher power in my life, and living by those 12 steps.
That's right.
You know?
I used to always say, it's crazy because I can't come up with a word for it, but like, I could go right in any situation. I could go right from 1 all the way to 12. I can't figure it out. And then you would hear, it's a way of living. It's a way of living. It's a way. And I'm still sitting here going, I can't figure out a way to explain how they all meshes into one big step. And it's a way of living. It's a way of living. And I'm like, hey, maybe it's just a way of living. That baffled me for years. But it is. It just melds into a way of living, you know?
And so true, Matt. Like I was always trying to impress the way wrong people.
Yeah.
No credence to the people that actually gave a shit about me or raised me or had some.
I would shit all over them to make somebody else happy.
Yeah.
I remember stealing way before drugs and alcohol came in the picture from my mother's jewelry and perfume to give
For
to
a girl.
girls.
Fuck
To give
yeah.
to the girls that didn't even like me.
Yeah.
I'm like, here you go. I got this for you.
Here you go, baby.
I bought it for you. I just stole it from my mom. I bought it from you. They're like, oh, thanks. Later.
Sucker.
Sucker. Like it's half used perfume anyway, bitch.
That's last
Smells
year's
like an old lady.
fragrance.
Damn, I had a thought. I lost it.
But I would do that. Then I would do that during the beginning of my drinking and drugging. I would go home, steal all the liquor from my parents. And I'm like, oh, go steal it. No, I'm not doing that. I'm like, okay, I'll go take mine again.
Right.
Or because my family used to make wine.
Oh, yeah.
So I would go siphon gallons upon gallons upon gallons. And I'm like, all right, get something from your house. No, I ain't doing that. I'm like, all right, I'll go get more gallons from my dad's basement. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I'll just catch the rap.
But I just wanted to be accepted. I wanted to be liked. I wanted to be that kid. They're like, Dino will go get more wine. He's crazy.
What was that commercial when we were kids? Mikey
Likes it. He likes it.
No, but it wasn't like he'll do it. Or
He'll
there
do it.
was
Some.
Some shit.
I thought he just liked
Mikey will
it.
do it. He'll eat it.
There was something. I don't know.
That
I was
gross
Mikey.
ass
I was
cereal.
definitely Mikey. But yeah, I would do. And then even in not so well in my view, I call it the not so deep into recovery, just acting like a freaking fool, just to stick out. Because I wanted to be noticed.
You need the attention.
I needed the attention.
Yeah.
Any kind of attention. It didn't matter. Something I liked to hear was, dude, you're fucking crazy.
Yeah.
That was like my favorite. Like, no, I'm not crazy. Man, they really think I'm fucking
Love
crazy.
hearing that.
Meanwhile, the shit I'm doing is scaring the living shit out of me. And I
Right.
know I'm paying the consequences later. But I'm going to do this anyway. So this way people call me crazy and think I'm nuts.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? No more of that shit, man. No more of that
We
shit,
don't
bro.
have to prove ourselves.
I used to love to hear I was crazy. And in all reality, I was scared to death you'd find out I wasn't crazy
Yeah.
at all.
Yeah.
Kind of like what Chuck
Stupid.
was saying. Yeah.
Huh?
Kind of like what Chuck was saying about it. You know, that scary, crazy front, so people would just stay
stay
at a
away.
little
Keep
distance.
you at arm's distance.
Yeah.
Yep.
My brother Luigi, the one that passed, used to have the Napoleonic complex.
Oh,
'Cause
yeah.
we're short. We're
Yep.
5'7", you know what I mean?
Are you?
Yeah.
Oh, well.
You can tell. But I didn't get that. I didn't have that. Oh, like I didn't have that, but I saw it in my brother like a lot. I think because my brother had it so bad that I was like, I want to stay clear from that one. You know what I mean? Because he's getting his ass whooped left and right over it. You know, walk in a bar and just be like, oh, I'm gonna go punch the biggest guy in here. You're gonna get your ass whooped. I'm like, I'm not. I'm
not
little,
buying,
man.
yeah.
I'm little. It is what it is. I'm small, bro.
Yeah,
It is what it is, bro.
I'm not riding in the car with you.
Yeah,
man.
I ain't dunking anytime soon
Yeah,
either.
yeah.
You
Not
know,
kicking the fat on that one.
I think
Put them both together. Did you hear that?
a lot of times people, and I was one of them, we take for granted that as we grow up, we're going to get smarter. We take for granted that things are going to magically change and get better. And you know, I actually, my wife is really the one that's hipping me to a lot of this shit about the damage a parent can do to you as a child. Because my father, you know, we didn't get into him much, but he was crazy.
Yeah.
And the abuse and all that went on, I have carried that.
Hell yeah, man.
And that has polluted my thinking, my feeling, my whatever into every area of my life. And I kept saying, one of these days, it's going to get better.
Yeah.
It'll just figure itself out.
Right. But, what, you know, and then you have to take a step back and you say, but why would it ever get better? I've done nothing to fix it.
It'll just go away.
You know, and
It'll just fizzle out.
And another thing, going back to Dennis L., you're not going to fix the brain you got with the brain you got.
True story.
If I don't incorporate the help of...
True story.
Died trying. If I don't incorporate the help of others, then there's no way I'm going to get to any kind of success on my own.
Right.
Now, that's not to say that after you get into some process and you begin to do some work that, you know, today I don't need to run to the phone.
You intuitively
every
know how to
time.
handle some situations,
Some
man.
situations, right.
That might have baffled us.
Yeah. Absolutely, dude.
Nice.
Thanks.
That's
Thanks.
what you did there.
Thanks. I've
I've heard that
You know,
somewhere.
but sometimes
Caught it.
I also have found that, you know, I feel better running it by someone.
You know, I called you the other day,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Because I got off the phone. I'm like,
I was there.
I might have just went a little bit too far. I was like, I got to call somebody and just run it by him. Was I right? Was I wrong? I felt right, but sometimes that doesn't mean anything.
Yeah, no, 'cause we lie to ourselves.
Yeah. I what I said was right. The way I said it was perfect. Blah, 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 blah. Then I get off the phone. I'm like, was I a little too hard on this person? I don't know, man.
So he calls the biggest asshole he knows.
If this
he's gonna
guy's going to know an
co-sign it.
asshole, this guy will know,
Yeah,
right?
if he co-signs it.
I was like, was I right? He's like, yeah. I'm like, oh, okay, good. All right, good. And then I picked that cat up, and I was like, listen, again, dude, I do not want you to take no offense from what I
Right.
said. It's not about you personally.
Right.
It's not. It's about the situation.
Well, we ended up carrying it that same night.
We took care of it.
Right.
Yeah, we took care of it. Yeah.
I called you the 2 weeks ago with that question, or maybe a week ago, because I know that you work with a lot of guys, and I wanted, you know, I had given my opinion on to this guy, and I was like, I don't know, it didn't feel so good, and so I just ran it by Dino, and Dino gave me the advice that he lives by and that he does, and I was like, oh, all right. And so I went back and I said, hey, listen, man, we got to talk. I was wrong on what I said and how I approached that situation. I think, you know, this could be a situation where we work together. And never in the past would I've done. My ego wouldn't have allowed me to do that.
No.
Never.
I would have rode that gravy train till the wheels fall off,
Yeah, yeah.
bro. You know what I mean? Knowing that I'm wrong.
I'm giving bad information, but we're going to go down together.
My ego's way too big, man. Way too big. We're going down together, bro.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah, this ship's going
But
straight
you
to
know,
an iceberg.
man, all this stuff, and you know, like sometimes I think about what we do here, and I would be a liar to say that I don't sometimes feel disappointment that we're not doing better than we're doing.
Yeah, I agree.
But at the same time, I never lose sight of why we started and
Right.
what we're doing.
Right.
And it always just boils down to, like, every week, no matter what, I find a way to say it's because we're ready. I was ready to be able to say, you know what, I am a people pleaser. To say, you know what, I don't know how to have healthy relationships. I don't know what to do in these particular situations. I know how to scream. I know how to yell.
Right.
And I know how to break shit.
What we know. That's all I know is what I know.
You know, the ever popular bull in a china shop.
You know, when me and Maritza first met and stuff like that, I used to say that, but like, listen, I don't know how to be in a good relationship. I don't
Right.
know. You know, I like to think that I know how to be in a good relationship, but I don't.
Right.
I've never been in a good relationship.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Usually I was always the rotten one in the relationship, But as of late, I've been the one getting better, but finding myself with the same type of people, the same type of relationships, and not really being able to work on my end of the relationships because I'm not growing with anybody. You know what I mean? And thank God she understood that. You know what I mean? Because it takes a lot to be with us, bro. We're no
bargain.
No walking apart.
Me, I might be sober, but I'm no bargain.
Woo, man, they deserve a trophy.
Yeah. They're definitely shopping in the dented can aisle. They meet us.
They're in the clearance
Scratching that.
Yeah.
Yeah, Goodwill, buddy.
Yeah, Ashley's father used to call me, my father-in-law used to call me Johnny Rotten. Oh, no. Yeah, Johnny Rotten.
Johnny Rotten Seed.
Yeah. Instead of Johnny Appleseed, Johnny Rotten. Yeah. Perfect, you know? Fit right in.
I actually just recently admitted the realization came to me, and I said it out loud of my mouth, that the relationship that I am in now with my wife, it's technically really the first relationship I've ever been in.
Really? You know what I mean?
Because all the other ones were, and it's nothing against the partners.
No.
But I was very unable to be a part of something.
Absolutely.
So, and you know, truth be told, most of the time, I'm hooked up with Psycho number 2. Psycho 1, Psycho 2.
Yeah.
So, you know, I don't know how to be a healthy half.
No.
I needed to learn these things.
You know that I had to
So
be
true,
told.
man.
I used to hang out the meeting after the meeting for a long time.
Yeah.
I used to like to be the last man standing. This was years ago. And asking Joe, and she's never happy, dude. No matter what I do, I'm at a meeting and blah, 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 blah. And she's always mad when I come home and blah, 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 blah. And she's like, well, what does she say? But like, man, you know, it's like 11 o'clock, it's 12 o'clock. And he's like, you ever think about calling her and asking her if she needs anything before you come home and making sure she's all right before you maybe hang out for 4 hours? And I'm like, no.
It's crazy talk.
Why did I do some dumb shit like that?
And he said,
dumb
why?
shit.
I'm like, I don't know. All right, I'll try that. I implemented that. And lo and behold, it was like, oh, no, it's fine. Stay. No, I'm good. Thank you. And I've implemented that in my life years ago.
Yeah.
And now that's just part of my life.
Right.
But I learned it through other men
That's right.
by asking questions and being vulnerable and going into that conversation being the right one and leaving being the wrong one. You know what I mean? But open enough to go, damn, they're right. Yeah. They're absolutely. I don't know. That was one little tiny lesson and many lessons to come. But it made me better. You know what I mean? Because the more I stay open, the more I take these suggestions, the more I implement the suggestions in my life, the better my relationships with other people and my life is. It's not rocket science. It is so easy, you know what I mean? But it's just so hard to get past that perception, fixed idea, all that. It's hard to break through that freaking wall because it's been there for so long, and my way's right.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? And it's still, I'm gonna be honest here. It's still that way 90% of the time.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You talk to my wife, man. I'm no bargain.
I said, I was told the same exact thing. I was getting all high and mighty, like, why is she getting mad? I'm at a meeting. This is my first year sober, and all that. You know, I'll be home when I'm home. You know, and one of the old timers was like, dude, what?
Good luck with that.
Yeah, no. Why don't you text her while we're sitting at the diner and see if she wants something from the diner, and B, if she's cool with you coming home late. I was like, well, I'm not driving. You guys are driving. He's like, listen, I'll bring you home right now. I was like,
I used to watch Joe do that and still not know to do that.
Yeah.
Hey, honey, do you need anything? We're going to Friendly's. You want some ice cream? You know
I never leave our parking lot without texting home.
we are thick individuals,
Can I
man.
get you?
on my way
You
out
got
of the parking
something
lot.
on the way?
Yeah.
Every
Or
night.
my last drop off because I'm always packed.
You
I'm
are
always
packed. You're on stacked.
My car runs on newcomers, bro.
That's right.
That's right.
Unleaded.
But yeah, man, you know, no more people pleasing, man. I'm too old for this shit anyway. You know what I mean? If you don't fucking
he
like me
said.
by now, it's your fucking
Well, here's the funny part. Who you end up pleasing?
nobody.
Nobody.
Yeah.
Nobody.
Including yourself.
And I end up miserable.
Right.
You know what I mean? That came a lot with a lot of my family. with a lot of my family because I was always ready to please somebody in my family, especially in sobriety, because I need to make up for all this bad shit I did. And not necessarily them take advantage of it, because that's not the case at all. But like, I've built this relationship. This to them is what this relationship is still.
Yeah.
I'm changing. You're kind of still the same. And I'm going to bring my uncle up, one of my uncles. And he just will not accept the fact that I'm sober. Always has to push booze on me all the time. It just always has to talk down on me because I allowed that for years upon years upon years upon years. And I don't know, about 8 years, man, 5 years ago, I said, I'm fucking done with this guy. Yeah. I love you, man, and I wish nothing but the best for you. I can't be around you. I can't, because you still think I'm the same person. I've changed, man. I've done some work on myself. I'm not that same person. I really don't. First of all, I don't appreciate you constantly trying to throw brews down my throat.
Yeah.
Like, I've robbed you personally so many times because of the drinking and the drugging that I was doing. I needed to continue that habit. You were always this easy target. And here you are, you're trying to put this down my throat again, and I'm going to rob you if I put this in my body. That's number one. But like the talking down, and you know what I mean? And it's just like, I'm done with this. I had to do that with my brother too, man. My brother was the same way. Like, oh, you think you're better than me now because you're sober? No, I don't. Like, come hang out with me, bro. I'm not going to meet you at the bar. You're not coming to my house with weed and thinking that I'm going to be cool with it because you're my brother. And all these years, I've always been cool with it. I'm a different person today, man.
I thought I made a mistake when I asked Dino to do the podcast, because it was the first time I went to his house, and he had just smudged his house.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Smoke weed?
Yeah.
I was like, this motherfucker.
He was like, uh-oh, I fucked up.
I got my wife with me and shit. I'm like, what the fuck am I walking into?
I feel a little disrespected that you think I would, if I really was smoking weed, that's the kind of danky
Listen, I
shit
didn't
I'd
know
be
you.
smoking.
I didn't know you that well. I seen
He's
it all
smoking
over.
stalks
like,
and seeds in
what
here.
is this? It does smell like garbage.
Like garbage.
I used to, I still do watch the UFC fights
Yeah.
every month.
Yeah.
And I was fresh home from prison. And an ex came into my life. And I had people coming over. And everyone was sober but her. And I'm in the kitchen doing food, right? No, not yet. And then my buddy comes over and says, hey man, she was just on the phone with her friend, and she said that they could bring booze
Oh,
over.
I remember you telling me.
Yeah. That's fucked
I
up.
said, what?
What?
So I said, you told these people they can bring booze here? She's like, yeah. I said, well, then you better call them back.
Yeah.
And let them know that if they only can come because they can bring booze, then tell them don't come.
Yeah.
She's like, what are you talking about? I said, I don't want no fucking booze in my house. That's what.
This ain't that kind of house no more.
She said, well, she said, it never bothered you before. Yeah. I said, you're right. And I never gave a fuck about being sober.
Yeah.
And if you
And
notice,
today I do.
If you notice, it did bother me.
Right.
Made me smoke crack. It bothered me so much I had to get high.
But yeah, and I think that when you finally become ready to stand up for
That's
yourself.
right, dude.
People
weeds it out.
They want to look at you real fucked up.
That's right, man.
But that's because they can manipulate you when we're under
they
the
were
influence.
able to, yeah. They
were
used to be
able
able
to.
to, yeah.
The funny thing is that, oh, Jonathan, I want you to get better.
Yeah.
The minute you start getting better, fucking Jonathan, man, what the
Yeah,
fuck?
I don't know about you so much
Right.
anymore.
And that, that's the irony of it all, man. And no matter what, at the end of the day, it's like that guy was saying, I'm doing myself a favor in the long run. And I did that night because there was other issues that we're not going to get into at all.
Yeah.
But like I know that night I was able to say,
This is what's more important to me.
I know my purpose today.
Yeah.
And above and beyond anything else, it doesn't matter where I wind up.
That's right.
I'm going to wind up sober.
That's right. I jumped off the second story balcony because sobriety is more important than being in a relationship. I'd rather be alone. I'd rather be. Yeah.
You jumped off a second?
Yeah.
Break some legs?
Huh? No, I
and roll?
monkey rolled that bitch. I knew what I
Nice.
was doing. Ain't my first balcony.
Yeah.
Little tuck and
But it
roll,
was like,
Grandma.
it got to the point. This was a relationship. We were living together, and before we moved in, I thought I made it perfectly clear. Like, listen, like, I don't want booze around. Like, I know you're a normal, and I don't want booze around. Like, I'm not ready to be in that kind of situation. Didn't think that I never want to be in that situation, but at the time, I'm not ready to be in that situation. Right. So please, if we're gonna do this, you got to have some respect here. And it was great for a little while. Then all of a sudden, out of nowhere, I opened the fridge one day. I mean, I'm going out with the girls. That's great. You come home drunk, then whatever. It's on you. That's your life, man. I just came from a meeting. I'm going to work in the morning, whatever. I opened the fridge one day, and there's a 30-pack of Coors. And I was like, yeah,
Banquet beer.
normals.
Yeah.
And I opened it, and that's the very first thing. It's a 30-pack, so it's not the smallest thing in the fridge. And I'm like, what the hell is this? And some of my friends are coming over from work and blah blah blah. And what do I say? Oh, all right. People pleasing. I want to be the cool one and all this shit, and it bothered me.
Yeah.
And it didn't stop. Then I'd come home and I'd smell weed. And then there was more booze. Then she wants to fight. We need to talk. And her talking was like physical. And I'm like, yeah, I can't do this anymore. And me being me, I will stay in a horrible relationship.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Ride
I
that
will.
bitch out.
Ride it out. It'll get better
It will.
on its own. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? And it just got to the point where it's like, I got to get the fuck out of here. Like, I don't want to leave. I don't know where to go, but I know this ain't it.
Right.
And she wouldn't let me leave, dude. It was a one-way in, one-way out apartment, and she was at the door with a knife. And I was like, well, there's the balcony. It's not my first one. I said, I know. I said, as long as I can get my keys in my hand, I'll be just fine, man, because I'll jump in and at that time, I ended up having a car and all that stuff. And I headed for it, pew, right through the screen, jumped over, monkey rolled down the hill, got in my car. I was like, fuck you. And I slept in my car for a couple of days. Then I got into the next toxic one, but that's a whole nother story.
I'll roll it right out.
Yeah. But it's like, I don't care what I got to do for my sobriety today, man. I don't care if I got a monkey roll down a hill. I don't care, dude. I don't care if you're jeopardizing my sobriety in any type of way. I got to go. You can stay, but I'm out.
What, though? They ain't jeopardizing your sobriety.
Exactly. I'm jeopardizing my own.
Putting it on the other people.
You're right. You're right.
You're fucking me. No, I'm allowing myself to be in this fucking
right.
toxicity, so I got to get out of there.
Well, because I came in with this people-pleasing thing.
Sure.
I haven't done a lot of change yet.
Course,
You know what I mean?
Course, yeah.
It's okay. It's all right. Yeah, I guess. And, whew, man.
Never is.
I ended up at a bar one night in that relationship, calling me, rapping nonstop. Come see me at the bar. Come see me. I'm at a meeting. And I'm like, I really don't want to. I just don't want to. And I got to people please. It's my girlfriend. I got to
my
go.
girl.
And I go in there and I'm like, what the fuck am I doing in here? I was in there 5 minutes. I was like, I got to go.
Yeah,
And that was a
not
whole
fun.
argument in itself. But,
I remember talking to an old sponsor of mine, and it was about, we feel that we have this sense of loyalty
yeah.
when we're involved in these relationships.
Yeah.
And I said, man, I just can't help but to feel like I owe this person. He's like, listen, I understand you love the person, but you could also love them from across town. To put yourself in the line of fire to prove your love is just stupidity. You're not proving anything other than you're a dumb
dumbass.
fuck. If you care about yourself, that we always have this idea that I have to allow you to browbeat me to prove my love.
Right.
That's not the case,
Right.
man. I love you, but I love myself today. So
Absolutely.
I can't let myself be in your company anymore. If this is the way that it's going to be, and I realize that for me it's unhealthy, then I got to remove myself. And that doesn't, they always say, oh, well, if you love me, you would do this.
Yeah.
And okay, let me fucking run into a
You think
fire.
you're better.
Yeah.
That
And,
shit.
man, but these are the things that we're blessed to learn.
Yeah.
And it's like you said, you talk to Joe, you ask Joe. We seek this out today.
I have to.
You have to.
Yeah, I don't
Life
have those.
depends
Dead in
on
the
it.
water if I don't.
That's right.
Because I'm trying to fix the mind I got with the mind I got.
mind you
know
got.
what I mean?
That's
And I'm alone with an idiot making my own decisions.
Yeah.
And we all know what that looks like. I relate to that because a bunch of years ago, I got a call from a friend. He's like, this dude did this. He said this and did this. We're rolling tonight.
That's right.
And dude, in my body, in my soul, and every fiber of my being, I was like, I can't do that today. I'm not that same person.
Yeah.
But what comes out of my mouth,
come get
let's
me.
roll. And
Do it.
And Maritza was like, do you understand how stupid that actually sounds? She's like, you're going to go. And I'm like, I know. I don't know another way.
I gotta go.
I know the feeling is all wrong.
Yeah.
But I don't know how to not do this.
No,
you know what I mean?
You probably just said, I gotta.
I got it. That's my boy. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? He would do it for me
Yeah.
and all that stuff. And I'm that dude and I'm the guy you call and I would take a book. And I'm like, and so, you know what happened out of that was I was able to not only get out of that situation very quickly after I talked to a person, I was able to talk sense into that person.
And not have him go do it.
And not have him go fucking ruin his fucking life.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And we still
Amazing.
talk about that till this day. He was like, that was awesome that night that happened. He was like, because I don't know. He was like, I was going to kill somebody.
Yeah.
I'm like, bro, I've been there. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? But nobody's worth that anymore. You
Right.
know what I mean? He got himself out of that situation, which thank God, because
Yeah.
he wouldn't be here right now if he didn't. But yeah, man, and I do think that a lot of that comes with. It was
56.
around this time. Yeah, it was around this time.
We've been going for 56.
But you did say something in the beginning about getting older. I think that does play a little bit. Life experience. I am older now, man. Like, I'm not fucking down with all this shit anymore, man. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but you needed to have other influences
I
teach
did.
you that.
I did. But
Because you'd
today,
still be a 50-year-old fucking
getting my
idiot.
ass whooped.
Right.
Whooped.
Like, we went to a show last year, and I got in the mosh pit, right?
I never told you my dropkick story.
Yeah. But dude, my whole entire life, I'm a mosh pitting dude.
Right.
I'm in there the whole time. I
Yeah.
don't care how long the show is. If it's an 11-hour festival, I'm in there all day. And the older I got, the longer that recovery. Now, we went to a show last year, and the jam that I'm waiting for comes on, and I'm like, this is me before we go to every show. Yeah, I'm too old for that stuff now and all this stuff. And, I got a kid, I got a job, I got to make money, I got to pay the bills. So leave that to the young bucks. And we get to the show and the song comes on. I'm like, babe, hold my wallet. Here's my drink. She's like, you're going in there? I'm like, fuck yeah. I go in there. While I'm in there, I'm like, I shouldn't be in here. I'm like, this is a dumb idea. Yeah, I'm done. I'm done with it. I can't do it anymore, man.
That's hilarious.
Can't
I
do it
went to
anymore.
a dropkick show. We talked about dropkick before.
Yeah. Shout out Dropkicks.
And I was fresh home. I was away for years. It was my first show since I've been home. And same thing. The right song came on. I was fucking amped. I ran from the back of the place to the fucking pit. I was in there for 5 seconds. I said, oh, I fucked up.
I shouldn't be in here.
Listen, I lose a shoe and I go down. I get out of there and realize I lost a shoe. I gotta go back in. I went back in that bitch to get my shoe
leave
and
that
fought
shit.
my way back out. That's the last pit I was ever in.
God.
I'm never going another pit.
Yeah,
They're not for me. They're not for me anymore, man. I had my time, man. You know what I mean?
It's a great
up to
time.
it's up to the young bucks now. Have fun, guys.
You know,
Have fun.
and here's the fucked up thing, especially with like dropkick shows, they have lifelong guys.
yeah.
Right?
Oh,
and,
yeah.
And when I was coming up, you'd see the old timers, and they're just chilling in the back.
Yeah.
They're still going to the shows,
Yeah,
but
yeah.
they're away from. And I'm like, check out the old.
You always see that one older dude
Yeah.
who's kind of hammered, thinks he's still like 25.
And then I wasn't hammered, but I was that guy. But I said, now I'm that fucking old guy that's gonna just stand in the back.
Absolutely, man. That's
Yeah.
it. That's as hard as I'm getting right here.
I might not even be doing that.
And even that, next morning, I'm like, damn, my shoulder really bothered me.
Got a little tennis elbow going there.
Put a little heating pad and some Ben Gay on that.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's a good one.
Tiger bomb.
That was a really good video, John. That was a good call, buddy.
Yeah, a little people pleasing. And Matt teased out the topic right there.
Teased it right out.
Teased it. He chewed
Let's
the
put it
fat
right
on
out
that.
there. Guys, again, don't forget to like, subscribe, share, follow, comments, sobriety dates, all that stuff. Did we get any sobriety dates? Who got anything? Nothing? Nobody got it. All right, I think we shouted them all out.
We never get no sobriety dates.
We never
Fuck
do.
You mean?
But I actually always try to remember if somebody got like a coin or something
Yeah.
during the week, and I'll shout them out on the show, even if they don't comment. But I don't remember seeing it, any of that. And if I forgot, I apologize, but you should have commented.
Yeah.
So we're moving into the next segment of the show, which is the one time bro, which is one of us tells a story, either a war story or a beautiful story that happened to us in sobriety. Damn it. And I keep kicking the camera, but I'm sure you guys know that by now.
Yeah. It's earthquake test on Matt and Jonathan.
And tonight, One Time Bro is sponsored by John. John, what do you got?
So this is the time in my life that I pulled what all of us tend to pull is that geographical, where I relocate myself. The problem is where I'm living.
Yeah, all the time.
All the time. So I move 3 hours north to the Catskills.
Catskills,
baby.
Shout it out. And I'm working at a ski resort, and it's a little mom and pop's ski resort. Shout out Ski Platico. And I'm up there, and I'm in my third year, I think, by now. I'm working full time. I'm doing
You
snowmaking.
worked there 3 years now?
I think I was there 4.
Wow.
Not where I'm at now.
No.
No.
You were in the Catskills, and you worked at that place for 3 years?
I think I worked for at least 4, maybe 4.5.
Wow.
Yeah, I was there for a
I'm
while.
impressed, buddy.
Yeah, I
He
mean,
was there. That don't mean he worked.
yeah, that is true.
You owe them money.
So by the end of it, I was doing everything, man. I was making snow. I was building downhill mountain bike courses in the summer, and partying. Was the best of them. So this is one year we're making snow early, and nobody's on the mountain yet. And the way snowmaking shifts ran was it was 12-hour shifts. So you were either 7 to 7, or you know, in the morning to night, or night till morning. And I always, I had some seniority, so I did the day shift. But it was dark at like 4 o'clock. Yeah. So we'd walk around. Those weed burners. It's a propane tank, like a 20-gallon
torch.
with the torch.
Yeah.
So you walk around the ski resort with those to de-ice the snowmakers. So lines freeze up and all these things freeze up. And I'm walking one of our trails down to the lodge. I'm on the tail end of our ski run, and the guy would drop me off on a snowmobile. He'd take off and check all the long guns, and then I'd walk down the steep part because you couldn't take a snowmobile. And I'm walking down, I'm hitting it, and the flame's not that great, and at this point, I was under the inkling of, when it got dark out, it was extra cold, so I needed a little
blackberry brandy.
little fireball to
Grandpa's old cough medicine.
get the heat going again. So I'm walking down, I'm de-icing, things not working so good, and my arm's getting really cold, and I got this nylon snowsuit on. I'm like, what the hell's going on? I get to almost the bottom of the hill, and I'm just standing there with the torch up, just hitting this gun, and then the flame
leaking on you.
Yeah. The flame goes out from the top and just goes and lights me on fire. And now it's
Not cold anymore.
it got so cold because that's burning.
It'll burn you.
Yeah. And it's all on fire. My nylon suit just starts melting, and I have had it. I've worked 12 hours. We're almost opening for the season, and it's just a grueling shit show. I am on fire in the middle to the point where it's now the rubber hose had a break in it, and it's spurting out.
Yeah.
So I threw that. I'm on fire. The hose is on fire. And then shortly, I don't know this. I don't know if these tanks are new, they're old, if they have safety valves. The hose just blows off of it, and the tank's just spinning out fire.
Yeah.
And I'm in 3 feet of snow trying to run away on fire from this stuff, and I'm shedding stuff so the nylon doesn't melt on me. And I got down, and here you go. Here's people pleasing. I get into the office, and I am done. Everybody else is down. Everybody else is from their run. They got their clothes drying on the heater and stuff, and I'm half naked, melted, and I'm this is fucking it. I'm done with this shit. I don't want to do this anymore. I can't believe I'm doing this. Freaking out, just losing my shit, ready to just walk off and like figure some other way of life out. And all it took was like one of the dudes sat down. He's like, "Hey man, I'm sorry. You know, you want an ice pack or what do you need, man?" He just let me bitch for like a half hour, and I was like, "Yeah, I'm good." You know, and then that was it. So it was.
Okay. It's good. I'm fine. I'm fine.
It's good. I got
Needed a vent.
I got the dope guy lined up. I'll be all right. You know, nothing will hurt. Yeah, dude, that job was crazy, man. I
could see it, dude. I love visualizing this shit, man.
lit my ass on
Oh,
fire.
see him on fire.
my
Yeah.
Try to stop, drop, and roll when you have like.
When you can't.
Oh, I like the idea of running in 3 feet of snow.
Yeah, you're just stuck, and I couldn't get away from this tank fast enough. This tank's just spinning on fire. I left it. What am I gonna do? What do you do?
No, you don't
Just
jump
leave
on it.
You know,
That's
I'm
for
gonna
sure.
catch it. I've got so many stories from the Catskills that are just. I have pictures when I flipped the dump truck. The dump truck ran. The brakes blew on it, and I was doing a 3-point turn with a full load over a ridge, and the brakes just blew. So I'm going to stop and reverse, and it just keeps going. I was like, "Oh God!" And I had a kid in the passenger seat with me. I was like, "Hold on to your seats," and I just start jamming it into first gear. First gear, the tires are spinning, but it's still, I mean, it's like 10 tons pulling it backwards, and it just goes over the cliff. It was like a tree that saved my life. It was like that big.
Like
it
a
just
sapling.
Yeah, it just caught the cab, and the rest, everything dumped out, and we were just stuck upside down in this dump truck, man. Cops came because that was on public property. That was on like public road. So
Good times.
yeah, great times, man. Memories.
That's going. John caught himself on fire.
Good one.
Lit my ass
Unbelievable.
on
All
fire.
right. Again, guys, don't forget to just subscribe, like, share, follow, all that stuff. Comments. The merch. We got some new merch coming on. If you're looking for a hoodie, get in touch with us through our email. Again, if you need help, give us a call. Get in touch with us through our email and all that stuff. We can get you in places. We have so many people willing to get you into a place, literally
ASAP.
ASAP. It's time to grow up, man.
Sunday night, we did it.
Sunday night, we did it. One of them was like, "Well, it's Sunday. I'm not going to be able to get." And that's not true.
No.
That is not true.
Not true.
Hopefully she's doing well.
Yeah.
Feeling well. Hopefully we can meet her one day. We don't even know who she is. I just know her name.
Yeah.
So hopefully she's doing well. Hopefully that other cat Sunday night got in somewhere.
Reach out to
We'll
me.
see what happens, man. Pray for him. It's all we can do. But I think the only thing left I have to say is